welcome to the Say Yes to What's Next podcast, where embracing change can ignite a world of possibilities. Hey now, I'm your host, Elise Ancel, and welcome back to this week's episode. Saying yes. It's such a simple phrase, yet it holds so much power. For each of us, saying yes looks different. It's not just about agreeing to something or taking on a new opportunity. Sometimes it's about something deeper, submitting our own plans, letting go of our way of doing things, and embracing a mindset that opens the door to new possibilities. It's about allowing ourselves to shift, to change direction, and to leave behind what no longer works for us. Saying yes is about growth, courage, and trust in what could be, even when we don't have all the answers yet. So let's get started. Last year, about this time, I remember praying about my not wanting another year to look like previous years that just weren't working. I didn't know what that looked like exactly, but please no more of that was my request. I was going through the motions for the past few years, even when I didn't experience fulfillment, and it was taking its toll on me. So, in that moment of crying out for the change in my life I desperately needed, I said yes. Not yes to the dress, but yes to the call, to the change that kept tugging on my soul. Crazy though, because I actually did say yes to the dress, but that's another episode. Back to my saying yes. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that my yes would uproot me from what I hold near and dear to me, my family, career, and home. My yes moved me into a new time zone, shifted me just like that from Atlanta to Dallas. I definitely didn't see that coming. Here it is, I thought I'd be moving around the corner. But no, it's obvious to me God clearly had something else in mind. And so here I was. The details of that shift was by no means glamorous. My exit wasn't what I had in mind. It almost felt like I was being put out from not keeping up with my finances. You never really know what you're attached to until you're asked to give it up. But for me, it felt like my life depended on it, so I kept moving forward. Keep in mind, I did ask for something different. So I decided I wouldn't allow how I felt in the moment prevent me from experiencing something far greater. And because this was a swift transition into my next, I could not bring everything or everyone. I had to choose. Do I stay stagnant and keep everything? Or do I press on to uncharted territory in order to grow into the version of myself I've always envisioned? I chose the latter. So here I was, relinquishing one thing after another and experiencing hurdles that were meant to frustrate me during this process. I admit that it almost made me change my mind because it was costing me way too much, I thought. But guess what? I made it to a new place where I'm now in a better position to see wondrous works take place in my life. So let's talk about it. Saying yes often begins with a moment of surrender, a willingness to let go of control and admit that the way we've been doing things might not be the way forward. It's about releasing the weight of trying to figure it all out on our own and trusting that something bigger, something better is waiting on the other side of that yes. This isn't always easy. Surrender can almost feel like a loss at first, loss of control, of familiarity, of comfort. But it's not about losing, it's about creating space. Space for clarity, for alignment, for the freedom to dream again. That shift in mindset is where the magic begins. Instead of seeing yes as a risk, we start to see it as an invitation to step into a world of possibilities, to realign with what truly matters, and to redirect our energy toward the things that bring purpose and joy into our lives. Change can feel overwhelming, but saying yes doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. It's a first step, a decision to move towards something better. It's about trusting the process and believing that even if the path isn't clear, each step will bring you closer to where you're meant to be. Saying yes is personal. It doesn't look the same for everyone, and it's not meant to. For some, it's about a career pivot. For others, it might be letting go of old habits, stepping out of a comfort zone, or finally pursuing that dream that's been tugging at their heart. Ultimately, saying yes is a choice to grow. It's a decision to leave behind the things that no longer serve us, to embrace change with an open mind and heart, and to trust that our yes will lead us to a life that feels more aligned, more purposeful, and more fulfilling. Think about the moments in your life where saying yes required more than just words. What did it feel like to let go of your own way of doing things? Maybe it was uncomfortable at first, even scary, but did it open the door to something unexpected? Reflect on whether there are areas in your life right now that feel stagnant or misaligned. What might shift if you allowed yourself to surrender your plans and embrace the possibilities waiting for you? Now let's consider how your mindset influences your choices. Are there beliefs or habits holding you back from fully saying yes to the changes you want? How might you reframe those thoughts to see challenges as opportunities for growth? Reflect on what might change in your life if you stop viewing saying yes as a risk and started seeing it as a step toward greater alignment and purpose. Remember, every yes you say shapes your journey. Look back on your past and think about the moments when saying yes brought you closer to your authentic self. Now imagine what could be possible if you committed to pursuing the things that bring you joy, purpose, and meaning to your life. What's one small step you can take today to say yes to the next chapter? Ooh, talk about a journey. But as we wrap up this episode, I hope you'll take a moment to think about your own journey. Saying yes isn't always easy, but it's a powerful step toward growth, change, and alignment. What's one area in your life where you can surrender control and open yourself to new possibilities? Remember, your yes doesn't have to be perfect or fully formed. It just has to be yours. Thank you for joining me today, and until the next time, keep saying yes to the life you were meant to live. Thanks for joining me today. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next episode of Say Yes to What's Next. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Until the next time.